Welcome back to the third day of the JDS competition. And today we are going to have various steps like qualifying to finals. And today, the most special thing about today is there's going to be public speaking. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned in. Right now, we are done with the qualification rounds of the debate to semi-finals, and we are transitioning to the main event of the day, public speaking. Here are some speeches.
My speech in red, orange, green. Knowledge is like a garden. If it's not cultivated, then nothing can be harvested. Same as the educational system of South Sudan. Today, we know that South Sudan educational system faces a lot of problems: overcrowded classrooms, early marriage to girls, high rates of dropouts, lack of teaching and learning materials, and most of all, untrained teachers. All this has us asking one question: is the educational system of South Sudan a broken land or a bridge to the future that can fix us or cannot be fixed? Many of you have been asking these questions. Our parents, our guardians have been asking this same question, but they have never been answered. My uncle is one of them. From an early age, he has been studying from primary to primary 8. He has. But when he started his school, he could go to a school where there's only a tree, no walls, no roofs, no windows, no doors, no desks, no chairs. Whenever he comes to school with his torn shorts and his one book that he writes all his stuff in, he will always come in and just sit on the bare ground that is not cemented but just dusty. He will always say, "Sir, I have reached to class," but the class will only have 2 to 3 students because most of the students didn't have the time to, because most of them didn't know what school is, and some of them felt as if it was useless to get to school. Many of them felt as if their parents didn't want them to be at school, and some of them, their parents couldn't afford the fees. Many of the children in South Sudan here are facing the same problems. Some of them, their schools are not structured. There are no roofs, there are no walls. Only a tree with a name and a boardwalk. Many of these children are facing problems like no one to fund them. Some of them are facing problems like parents are so reluctant to take them to school. Leave alone that. Sometimes it's not the failure of our parents, or it's not the failure that our children do, but what leadership do we have? Our leaders within us, what are they doing? Many of you have been asking, where are the promises that Dr. John Garang promised us? Where are the ladders and the bridges that Dr. John Garang has? Where are they? Many of you will be like, we are broken. But what if we are not just broken? We are just cracked, or just a little step on the ladder that is missing. Many of us can make it through this, but it's just that we don't see it. We need the right leaders that will stand within us and say that today, here are projects to build schools, projects to bring teachers and say that they are going to learn how to teach well so that they may not be doubted in class. We need projects and teachers who will come in front of us and tell the children, this is the main purpose of school and this is what you achieve after this. If we don't invest in our classrooms today, then we don't have a future. A generation will be lost because literacy is the only key out of struggle and poverty. And it's the only way that it can hope for tomorrow. Thank you. My speech. Ladies and gentlemen, this cigarette is aimed to relieve one from stress, pain, and depression, and mostly change one's life. Most of our youth have dropped out of school just in search of this same cigarette. The same cigarette that will give someone cancer. The same cigarette that will leave someone to poverty. And suddenly, death. Ladies and gentlemen, Nelson Mandela once stated, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which one can use to change the world." But is that the case in South Sudan today? Education, in most cases, is described as a ladder out of poverty and a bridge to a brighter future. The question is not whether education is a bridge to South Sudan's brighter future. The question is, what should we do about the missing rungs in South Sudan's ladder? Peter was 15 when he dropped out of school, an intelligent 15-year-old. His class had over 100 students crammed into it. There were barely enough chairs, leave alone books. In his school, they had barely trained teachers, exhausted teachers. Lessons were rushed, questions were ignored. Peter felt invisible. Day by day, Peter loses interest. One day, he stopped going. His mother told him, "Peter, education is the only way." But ignorantly, Peter left the house. He found a group of boys who called themselves the Lions. They had nice homes, they had nice clothing and nice spoons. Peter looked at them and decided to hear what they're trying to say. They gave Peter money the teacher never gave him. Peter decided to join and do the dirty work. Days passed, months passed, years passed. Peter still killing the copy. One day they attacked their base. Peter and others managed to see Peter. Peter sat down and thought. He regretted. He knew that there were only two ways, either death or prison. But if the government and NGOs would have created vocational trainings, Peter would have another chance to be who he wanted. Walk into a classroom in South Sudan and see over 100 students squeezed into one classroom, eager to learn, and trained teachers who are underpaid. Most of our youth are dropping out of school just because of untrained teachers, because they feel like their voices are not being heard. Why are students in South Sudan being taken as second chances? Those students out there who are suffering are the ones supposed to be our lawyers, our pilots, our doctors, and mainly the future of South Sudan. Now we are missing the most powerful weapon which we can use to fight racism, corruption, nepotism, and favorism. Let us close our eyes and reopen them, take a step forward, and change South Sudan. Thank you very much.